I had a fucking a vision of myself actually in the future.
Oh yeah.
As I tend to do sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm older, obviously, but much older, and I'm in like a community center type thing, somewhere rural, and there's like a woman at the top of the room, and she has like a microphone, and she's like too enthusiastic for what's going on. It's a quiz and run the sport rounds. I'm getting all the answers wrong. I used to know these ones, but I don't know them anymore. But she asks, what year was Euro 2020 on in?
Oh yeah.
And it all comes flooding back, you know. Mm-hmm. The podcast, the trip, those girls. And I have a heart attack and I die right there. That's how it all ends. Just, and a collapse on the seat. And
someone help! He's having a cringe attack.
Yeah, we come last in the quiz. It's awful.
We're called Team No Nonsense. People are like, stupid name.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the podcast that was rocked by scandal?
Was it the podcast that nobody remembers? I don't know. By definition, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what it was I saw. I was like, fuck, is it 2021? Because like, all I do is I get up and I look at Euro 2020 all day, every day. So it's just like, it's 2020 still. And like just the monotony of the 2 years put together. It's just like, what year is it? Like, it's actually 2021. Oh, fuck.
It's halfway through it.
It went from the most memorable year, like the worst year ever, to the least memorable year. And we're 6 months in. I'm like, I didn't know it was 2021. I literally didn't know this year existed.
No, honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before. Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a No Nonsense podcast with Cathal and Will. The group stages are done. The dust has settled, and we're finally starting to get a shape on this tournament. See who the eventual winners might be. It was all happening on the last day. There's a few dead rubbers, but most of it was still up for grabs, which did make for some good games.
Oh yeah, some big last minute stuff.
I hope you enjoyed the last episode as much as we enjoy trying to remember any of it. We had a little bit of a trip away. We were away for the week, but we watched all the games. Mm-hmm. We definitely watched them at the time, and
they went into our eyeballs.
Yeah, we were definitely there watching them. Yeah, we were doing other stuff as well, and we didn't watch all the games, but, what you want from us? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I suppose the main one, the most dramatic one, because of the media and the fans were the most dramatic people. The England versus Czech Republic, England boring their way through this group. Man. Another 1-0 win.
They're literally the worst team in the tournament, I think, to watch.
The worst game was definitely in Czech Republic. I mean, we were watching that with a group of people. Most of them wanted to watch it. Some of them didn't. I'd say maybe 50-50 of people, but we were going to watch that. And then,
few casuals, few
casuals. Few people thought, no, I have no interest in football, but I'll watch it because it's, watching the group. It was awful. It was like when you say, oh, you should watch this show, and then you stick on a random episode, and you're like, this is the worst episode. I don't like being so bad. And you think it's just so boring, and you look across at them and they're like, oh my God, this is the show. No, it gets better. They're not all like this. I swear, it's not always like this. It's such a poor advertisement for the game.
Oh yeah.
And look, I guess Jack Grealish proved me wrong, Will. I guess he
And it seemed like someone else was watching that, Man City, who immediately placed 100 million bid on it. It's just like, he got one assist and that was it.
Some people are impressed by one good group game against Czech Republic. That's okay. That's their prerogative. Me, we'll see how good Jack Grealish is. But I realized that he's actually going to be the Gazza.
Oh yeah,
he is now because when you think about Phil Foden, like I mean, you think he's he's the most creative player, but he's been playing under Pep for his entire senior career, doing exactly what Pep wanted him to do, exactly how Pep wanted him to do it.
Yeah.
Like if Pep he'd have 5-minute breaks where he could reevaluate and tell people what they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
So he's good in that system. Not that he's not a good player, but like that's just what he knows so far. Whereas Grealish has been doing what the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
He plays for this country, he plays for that country. He runs over here, he gets a few goals, gets your assists, he gets COVID, he plays football in the park, he does whatever. He is Gazza.
Yeah.
He is now going to be, he's had this good game against Czech Republic. He'll have a good game against Germany because Germany are shocking defensively for some reason.
Oh, if England get to play Germany, I think England are beating Germany, to be honest.
Oh, they're playing them next.
Is that the very next game? Oh, they're beating them.
Yeah, that's the draw. And then whoever they play next will be actually good. Yeah, and then they'll lose, and Grealish will have a chance to miss, and that'll be, what if Grealish should get, and then he'll become this Gazza thing because he's like 25. He's like similar age to what Gazza was, like overhyped, not even that young.
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Everybody. Look forward to seeing this. You'll see the Gazza moment in not this round, I'd say, but the next round will be the fucking. We could have won the whole thing. No, you couldn't have. You won't.
Yeah. What about I sent you the link of what Sky Sports were showing, the weird like virtual reality look at what if Gazza's chance went in 20 years ago from a game that wasn't even the final. They've gone insane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's like, no, it's not because you're not struggling for content. They're struggling for England content.
Yeah, because they're so fucking boring.
I guess it's for us. It's like, well, we're not in this time and we're never ever in it. So we're used to kind of getting invested in like the Slovaks or Sweden or whoever it is. Like, they have a good team. Whereas I suppose if you were in every year, you wouldn't give a fuck. You just want to see how your team's doing. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the media pushes that as well, that England are the most important thing and all this stuff. But I mean, they obviously just have no interest in any other developments. And there's like more England stuff. What would have happened if Gazza had scored? Would Google have been invented? It's that long ago.
It's that thing we've talked about before of where like if you have a player on the bench in fantasy, you're like, I wish I played him, then I would have gotten 12 points. You just wish you had 12 more points. It's the same thing as like, I wish he had scored that, then we could have got to the final, then we might have won. Just say we wish we won the Euros. Just say we wish we won all the tournaments. You don't have to make an elaborate
fake scenarios in your head to try and like, it's like none of this is real. So you don't have to convince the luck gods like, okay, I guess that could work. I'll grant that wish. It's like, no, like it's just, I suppose it makes it more real to hang on to, but it's just, I mean, when we go to the games, I suppose we'll go to the last 16 later on. I suppose just Sterling on target again. He scored all their goals for the Euros, which is mad. 2, I think, 2 goals for the Euros.
Harry Kane seems to be playing centre back most of the game. It looks like half the time he's dropped so deep every game.
Yeah, Harry Kane is like we said all year. He was auditioning as too good for Tottenham, too big for the club. Now he's auditioning for I can play like Kevin De Bruyne at Man City. I can drop deep and win the ball and pass it forward and not score many goals, but be able to lead the line. He seems to be doing that because that's not what England need.
No, England
they need someone up there finishing.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's dropping very deep. And you say he dropped deep for Tottenham. He didn't used to do this.
Oh, yeah.
You'd never see him like in the middle of the pitch spraying passes. Like, I mean, once or twice if it is needed, but that seems to be all he's doing.
But like, who's he passing it to himself? Like, he's passing it into the hole where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I guess you're trying to release Sterling, but it's just not working.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you blame Southgate or do you blame Harry Kane for that? I don't know who's making these decisions that this is what he should be doing. But it is kind of like when he was on corners before. It's like, why is he doing that? Like, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. He's, but they go through top of that group, as well as Croatia and Scotland. They played the other game. Croatia pumped Scotland. No Billy Gilmour this time. Yeah. Scots. So no joy.
Yeah, my 2 predictions in that group utterly wrong. I thought Croatia would come last and Scotland would do well. Scotland were awful.
Yeah, like you said, losing Billy Gilmour, that seemed to be their find of the tournament. Kind of like he should be playing from the start, and they'll lose him.
Yeah.
And equally that took out Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell, who were chatting to him for too long afterwards.
20 minutes. Are they starting their own podcast?
I guess their mates will, you know. I mean, who just want to chat with their mates?
Well, Roy Keane was not pleased with that. Did you see him?
No, but you know, when is he ever with the kind of human emotion?
Yeah. Speaking to people,
smiling is a sign of weakness.
Talking to people, you wouldn't see it in my day, pal.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like it's parody of like talking in my day. We used to just look at each other and scowl. It's like we didn't have any friends. We didn't need them back then. Now Croatia were good against them. Modric, oldest and youngest player to ever score for Croatia at an international tournament, which is a hell of an achievement. Yeah. Speaks his longevity, I suppose. Perisic also on the score sheet. But yeah, Croatia go second in that group. Scotland go bottom, and Czech Republic go third. But Czech Republic qualify from that as a third place, one of the best third place.
I'm still not sold on the whole third place thing. What about you? It made for some good moments, but also I still don't know. Like, I don't know who's gone through.
We'll go through that in a bit. I think it was mainly people who got like 4 points in the third place. But I mean, the only thing was there was a lot less dead rubbers. There was like one or two. Turkey being one of the main ones. You know, the rest of the games were all entertaining, although they showed a lot at the same time. Exactly, so I don't know what the point was then. Yeah. You know?
And it's just like, I've watched most of the Euros games and I still couldn't tell you offhand who's through to the knockouts. That would never be the case before.
Although, again, because we're like not invested in it, we don't care. But if you were from Czech Republic, you'd like, or whoever the other third best, we'll look it up a bit.
You would have the third place rules up on your wall in your room.
You'd be like, this is great. Now we're through. The party continues.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say at the Euros itself, it's like the group stages are great, but then most people go home.
Yeah.
Well, half people go home.
Because it's just usually all the good teams left, generally.
All the good teams, the hosts usually are out. They're like, well, that's fucking shit. Yeah. You know, the Irelands, the Scotlands who like bring the fucking party, they're like, all right, well, I guess we should go home back to our lives now. So I guess it extends the party a little bit with more teams in it, more weaker teams in it as well, who are just like so happy to be there.
Yeah.
So it's probably good. Again, in the 1 year where no one's there, you know, it doesn't make as much sense. But I can see when they were thinking this up, maybe how it would have made, you know, for better viewing or better atmosphere around the grounds. But look, it doesn't always work out the way I think it is. There was the games on the Tuesday. On the Monday after the last episode, it's like saying Netherlands, North Macedonia was a bit of a dead rubber. North Macedonia were out. Netherlands beat them 3-0 fairly handily. Yeah. And then Denmark pumped Russia. We were watching that game.
Poor Russia.
Yeah, another disappointing tournament for Russia. Denmark are decent, don't forget, as well. You know, I mean, I know we take the piss out of ourselves, but they did hammer us 5-1. Like, I don't think I could see us hammering anyone 5-1 at the moment. I mean, they are pretty good, Denmark.
And as well, like, was Eriksson doing much at Inter last season? Like, I know people are like, he's their best player, but has he not kind of been on the downslope the last 2 years, really, as well? Like, I think they can do...
I don't know. I didn't watch much Inter games. I don't know how much he played or what his...
I don't think Conte liked him. I thought that was the whole thing. Because remember, for a while, he couldn't play. Or he wasn't playing. He was just getting subbed on in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. Although, you know, Robbie Keane was still our best player no matter what his situation was. Yeah. So, I mean, I think, you know, when you're playing for your country and they know what your quality is and they're not going to, you know, trade you or transfer you out, you know, you're grand. So I think he still was a loss to them, even if he wasn't playing his best stuff. But, yeah, was it 4-1 they beat?
4-1, yeah.
Artem Zuba got the penalty to get one back, but it was really wasn't enough. Too late for them.
The size of Russia, how do they not simply win everything every year with the amount of people there, surely?
Yeah, we said that. It's kind of like...
get together.
It's like if America took soccer...
really
seriously, it'd be game over.
Yeah.
It'd be like the fucking Olympics. You know what I mean? They just dominate. If they put like resources behind it and start giving out scholarships... Forget about it, man. Yeah. It'd be all over. And Russia feel like that as well. If they could like streamline something and put the kind of the might of the state properly behind it in a good way, to have enough people there that surely they could get 11 of the best players in the world playing for them. But Not to be for this tournament. We'll have to wait for the world domination, for the Cold War of football between America and Russia. That hasn't happened yet, thankfully. So Russia go out bottom of that group. Denmark and the Netherlands. Denmark and Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
Belgium beat Finland 2-0, and Finland go out. They didn't get enough. They got 3 points. So just Belgium, Denmark from that group. Finland and Russia go out. I was saying Netherlands pumped North Macedonia. They go top, even though I thought they might not make it out of the group. I'll hold my hands up. All right, I got that one wrong, folks. Not my best call. I'm sure I didn't know who fucking Dumfries was. That guy's insane.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, isn't he? Surely he's I wonder will he be the man who's like 50 million move to, I don't know, fucking Arsenal probably.
He could be. One man who is on the move, Giorgio Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
2 goals for him. I mean, he's really sticking to those Scousers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not good enough. Watch this.
Past it.
Bang! Depay as well, also on the move. He scored a goal again. Like, it seems kind of redundant to say, but like, you really need your best players to play well at these tournaments. Regardless of like, you might say Blind or De Vrij, they're not really world class players by any stretch. But if your good players play, like if Depay, Wijnaldum, and De Jong are playing really good stuff, it gets you. It's so important because if the other players can have good tournaments, but their level just isn't high enough. You need De Jong and those lads playing at the best they can to have a chance. And they cruise to that group, really.
Yeah, they were very good in every game, really.
And on paper, it's like, well, of course they did. But I mean, before the tournament, it didn't seem like that was going to happen. But yeah, they did. They did. North Macedonia, good to watch. No joy for them. They're bottom. Austria and Ukraine go through. Even though Austria won the shootout, Ukraine had enough points from beating North Macedonia.
Yeah,
I think
everyone beat North Macedonia.
Yeah, I don't know. North Macedonia had 0 points, so they got through. Ukraine, Austria, Netherlands, they all go through. What else we have then?
You'd be raging if you're the Dutch, because I mean, if they had Van Dijk fit, they'd have a really good chance in this tournament. But I don't know. I still think they're lacking a bit. Once they come up against the bigger teams, they'd probably get, especially like that backline. I don't know how much Dumfries is going to do against like France or Portugal. So.
Well, that is interesting if they had Van Dijk, because it's a bit like England when they did have Maguire. They switched from the back 3 to the back 4.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know if they had De Ligt and Van Dijk, they might have gone, yeah, sure, back 4. They're one of the 2 the best in the world. We don't need to do this back 5. And then Dumfries and probably Van Aanholt wouldn't be playing either.
Yeah.
So I did like. Because I don't know, and maybe I haven't heard Dumfries. I didn't know if he was highly rated before this, but like, surely this is a breakout tournament for him playing as a right wing back. He's been great, so maybe that's because of that. But
that is a position as well that people fucking clamour for. Like, there's not many savage right wing backs out there. That nearly all the top clubs are always looking for a right back or a left back.
Yeah, it's gone to the way of like, you want your players to be able to do everything. You want them to be able to defend and score goals and win headers and tackle and create. It's like, it's before you wanted just someone who could defend as right back. Like a right wing back now is a manager's dream, because you can, change it up and switch up whatever you want. But like I say, that's how that group went. The I don't know what group it was, Group C or D, or it was Spain's group. It looks like they made a statement by winning 5-0 against Slovakia.
I have a theory. I think they've been listening to me in every conversation about the Euros and Spain, saying, I hate Spain, they're boring and shit and they're never going to win. I think they heard. So I think that got back to them somehow. Well,
this is the thing. It looks like they were like, oh yeah, we made a statement here. We show Will Byrne what was what. But it was 2 own goals. One of the most bizarre own goals I've ever seen.
The slapping.
And then 3 of the goals in the second half. Yeah. The other goals in the second half. So they got 1 OG in the first half. I think one was like just the end of the first half. Emmerich Laporte's one. And that was really kind of sucker punch, because you're 2-0 down. It feels kind of gone for you. Like, Spain dominated the ball as they do against Slovakia. But I mean, Morata missed that penalty after Moreno missed the penalty the last day. It's like the strikers are just, it's a dire situation for them. like they win 5-0, the strikers are still under question. You know, because they didn't score. They didn't fucking. Like they contributed, sure. They led the line or whatever. But I mean, just like we're saying about Kane or who's fucking Bayern Munich, Lewandowski. Once you get that first one, then it's like, oh yeah, you're off the kind of mark. It's the questions are over. But it's not looking good for the strikers of Spain. But like I said, they won 5-0.
Yeah.
They finished second in the group behind Sweden, who had a cracking game against Poland, 3-2. 2 goals for Lewandowski, not enough. They finished at the bottom of that group with 1 point from their draw with Spain. Sweden topped it. The boring Sweden, the boring Spain, Will.
I know.
They've shown you what's what.
They've stuck it to me. You know who else really stuck it to me? And he does it every international tournament. I hate watching Victor Lindelof play for anyone other than Man United. Because it's like all of a sudden he's like, I'm going to be really good and try now. I'm going to be like, do all the things I don't do usually when Will is watching.
Yeah, when Will is watching. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they conceded a few goals in this tournament. They conceded 2 against Poland. I mean, it is Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Like that is the kind of the level that you kind of compare someone playing for Man United. It's like, well, can you mark Lewandowski? Because if you want to win the Champions League, you probably will have to mark some of that quality. So, we'll see if he's still there at the end of this tournament. A lot of transfer rumours. The rumour mill is really up and running at the moment. But yeah, good win for Sweden. They're top of the group. I guess they're pretty happy. And they have hot wives, don't forget.
They have it all.
You can't forget that aspect of it. And that was on the Wednesday. And the Wednesday the floodgates really opened. Like their other games were like, 2-1, 3-1. There was a few 4-1s, 3-0s, but like kind of almost dead rubbers. It was like these games don't really count the same.
Yeah.
In the group of death, they all counted and they all, scored ridiculous amount of goals. Like Portugal 2, France 2, Germany 2, Hungary 2.
Yeah.
The mad one really is Hungary 2, Germany 2, because Hungary went up twice against Germany, and Germany equalised twice. Hungary, like you were saying at the start there, Hungary led for the most times and were behind the least amount of times in that group, yet they finished bottom.
I think I'd said something like that in the preview as well, where it's like when you're in a group of death, sometimes the shit team kind of has a weird good chance because all the good teams are going to smash each other. Like it's very rare.
Yeah,
no one's going to run away with it, so you might be able to slip through the cracks and get a draw or something here.
Yeah, exactly. And Germany, are they good? Are they not good?
I think Portugal just didn't sort out Goosens, and that was it.
Yeah, that seems to be, what they got destroyed down. Like it was like say Kimmich to Goosens, like wing to wing, cross the ball in. But France handled it very okay.
Yeah,
Hungary seemed to handle it, not too bad, not as bad as Portugal did, anyways. Like I said, they went up twice. Like Kai Havertz equalised from the first goal, and then like 2 minutes later they scored again. Like I think like almost less than a minute later, they had the ball in the back net again, 2-1 down. And then the 84th minute, Leon Goretzka came on. Like they emptied the bench trying to win that game. Germany did against Hungary, and they all they could do was draw. They brought on Muller, Goretzka, Musiala. They even brought in Timo Werner for fuck's sake.
They're looking down the bench and they're like, fuck. He's
like that's like the kitchen sink.
They look at Werner, he's like playing on a Game Boy or something. He's not even watching.
Yeah, honestly, man. It's not been good for Timo. I mean,
nah, man.
What are we going to do with him?
Very clearly not rated by the German squad team.
Yeah. It's like, it's not one of those things where, you have a bad club season and they perform in the Euros because they come back to Germany like, we don't understand why they don't rate him over there. And like, he's so good for us always. They're like, yeah, no, he has been poor and we don't rate him either. And as the what's it called? The Haaland fucking rumours build pace. Timo was just not featuring at all for Germany, who are struggling. It's not good for him.
It's weird to see someone win the Champions League and then for the national team to go, he hasn't fooled us. We're on to him.
Yeah. But one player who did kind of, I guess he scored in the Champions League, Kai Havertz. He is starting to find a bit of form for Germany as well. So he's playing well for them. He scored in the last 2 games for them. I don't know if that's enough though in terms of goal scoring. I think ideally they'd have some like Timo banging in goals like Depay or like Lukaku or Ronaldo. As I said, they play England next. I don't know how they're going to do. It was, I think, France top, Germany second, and Portugal third.
Which is mad.
I think.
Portugal.
Yeah, I mean, people were saying that Germany were going to crash out, but no such luck for Arsene Wenger and all of the boo boys, the German boo boys. Didi Hamann, also the fucking the end is nigh for Germany, shouting at the whole tournament so far.
I think I've reached peak Hammond. I don't think I can look at him again. I think if he's on my telly, he's going off. Duff has won me over, though, I will say. Duff comes out with a few funny quips there and then. Once you get through the misery, he says something funny at the end, usually. He has a good punchline.
Yeah, he's straddling the line of deadpan and just misery.
Yeah, you don't know really what he's about.
You don't know if he's actually not enjoying being there, or is he just kind of like, that's just his personality. You know what I mean? It's hard to know. But he hasn't been on TV that much, I suppose. Maybe it'll take a bit more time. I don't know. But yeah, they were the games. Some pretty sweet analysis we just did there. The words I was used would be in depth,
thorough,
insightful, thorough. Definitely remember all those games happening.
Do you think people come to the podcast though because they're like, I need someone to explain all this to me?
I don't know. I don't know why they come to the podcast. If you want to let us know why or what you like, what you don't like, get in touch. nononsensepod@gmail.com. Send us over a quick email. Let us know what you think. If it's good, we might read out in the show. So how's about that? Yeah. That might be a new bit there.
Yeah,
Let's come out on the spot.
That is good. Emailing. Genius.
Yeah, just send us an email. Pop us over a quick email blast. We'll add us to our chain group mail or some other early 2000s bullshit.
We're immediately on the out of office mode and it's like drinking again.
Yeah. We appreciate your email, but we won't read it. But yeah, importantly, the groups have now been decided. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get up the Euro 2020 app.
Official sponsor of the pod.
Yeah, we support them, they support us by giving us the information at our fingertips. So I'm going to go to the matches, I'm going to go to the groups, and we'll see how this all shook out. So, we had, in Group A, Italy topped the group, Wales came second, Switzerland came third, and Turkey came dead last with 0 points and -7 goal difference.
The worst team in the tournament, Cathal. Can you fucking believe it?
It's hard to kind of swallow that one, Will. Because it again, I had this kind of revelation back when the Super League was happening. It's like, it's important not to care about things, not to get attached, because
it's happened again. They've done it again.
Any other team, even North Macedonia, who also came bottom, they were just better. They had way more fun, Turkey weren't fun. No. They weren't entertaining. They didn't score many goals. Yep. Didn't win any games. Yep. Didn't even draw a game.
Nope.
They gave us nothing, only misery and disappointment. Yep. So, thank you, Turkey. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Good thing we didn't shite on about you for nearly 32 episodes, I think.
Yeah, anticlimactic or what? I mean, whatever, man. Look, they'll be back. It's a young team, etc., but this was the tournament we wanted to perform, and you let us down. There's no getting away from that.
Yeah, you've lost us forever. We'll never come back.
Oh, yeah, we're never supporting Turkey again in the tournament. Fuck that.
Yeah, if anything, they're my new Denmark, and I like Denmark now.
Yeah, if I had to pick, if I had 2 bullets in a room, and there was Turkey, Denmark, and Austria, maybe. Who else do we hate again? I forget sometimes.
There's too many to mention.
Yeah. Well, you be getting 2 bullets, right in the fucking, right in the dome, Turkey, for that performance. It was pathetic.
Losers.
So they're out, rightfully so. Congrats to the other people in the group who actually tried.
Yeah. Well, before we move on, actually, we probably mentioned the real finale of season 1 of Bandwagon Wheel. Season 2, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
Our boy,
silver lining. Go on.
Our boy Halil Akmanar has also decided, you know what? Fuck this. I'm sick of this. And apparently is on his way to Besiktas to play some Champions League football. That's unreal.
He's earned himself a move. For any of the legacy fans, the OGs out there, that'll be a little Easter egg going forward. Hopefully, we might keep an eye on his career. Hopefully, he reaches the heights that he deserves.
Well, you know what's going to happen, Cathal? I can guarantee you.
Go on.
Halil Akbanar is putting a goal past either United or Arsenal in the Europa League final over the next few years. You just know that's happening.
God damn. Oh, fuck. I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope that doesn't happen. Well, I don't care about Man United, but to Arsenal, I really hope it doesn't happen to Arsenal. Oh, we're going to come up against him in the Europa League Conference semi-finals. He's going to arrow a free kick right in that left-hand corner. Oh, fuck. But yeah, no. Fuck. He's earned that one. A nice little... It's like a good movie. It's like, it doesn't have a happy ending. In fact, it has a tragic ending, but like there's hope at the end. That's how life works out sometimes. Sometimes everything goes to shit, but you make the best of it. So, best luck to Halil on his journey to Champions League. Hopefully that goes through. If he goes to Turkey to the Euros, who knows what will happen? He may never get that move. So you never know.
Yeah, they see him. They're like, let's not sign anyone on that team.
What's for you won't pass you, folks. And let Halil Akbanar learn you that. Moving on to Group B, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Russia, in that order. Belgium, Denmark go through on 9 and 3 points respectively. Belgium kind of cruise to that group. Finland.
Well, enemy of the show, Romelu Lukaku, is really shutting us the fuck up, isn't he?
Yeah, he did always have a good record with Belgium, to be fair to him. That was never in dispute. But I think he has. To be fair, you kind of do make your mind up about players. He definitely has improved over the last 2 years in Italy. We've seen him play. That goal he scored against Denmark, or that Belgium scored against Denmark. He won that ball. He kind of had two men being pushed out wide. Usually that's where he loses the ball. Or he certainly did with United and Everton. He showed some great feet, some great passing, got the ball over to Hazard, to De Bruyne, and that was a goal. But a lot of it was Lukaku's hold of play. He's been playing very well. He's probably the only person I could realistically see challenging Ronaldo for the scoring title at this Euros.
Well, they're playing each other, I believe.
Yeah.
You'd
imagine if Ronaldo gets one more, he'd probably get one more. That'd be put him on 6. Lukaku's currently on 3 goals.
Yeah.
So he'd have to score 3 more, obviously, to tie it up. You could see, but the way he's playing, you could see that happening. You could see him doing that. Denmark, that's the story of the tournament so far, isn't it? Look.
Everyone's rooting for them.
You have to. You got to support Denmark. They had a huge win against Russia, as we said. After the loss to Finland,
at the phone after the game as well, seeing the scores come in was savage.
Yeah, after the loss to Finland and obviously the incident, and then losing to Belgium, kind of expectedly, it's like, you've just it's not going to be your tournament. So for them to finish second, it's a great achievement for them. On goal difference, it was they have a +1 goal difference. Finland have -2, Russia have -5. So, it was huge for them to get that win, and they really earned this without their best player. So fair play to them. The other two, unfortunately, don't get out of that group. Group C, then the Netherlands, Austria, and Ukraine qualify. Like we said, North Macedonia going out. Group D, England top, Croatia second, Czech Republic third, and Scotland on 1 point with 0 points. All the memes are coming in for the poor Scots now. That one, the Grandpa Simpson, who's under the lemon tree, is like, the summer of 2021, we beat England 0-0. It's like, they're the opposite Denmark. The way they were going on, I think, oh wow, this is going to be their summer, and then it's like, no, they drew one game. So unfortunate for them. Group E, Sweden, Spain, first and second. No joy for Slovakia and Poland, who go out. And then Group F, the group of death, all the big boys. At least what we're saying, the group of death, and they all go through anyways. So France, Germany, Portugal go through. Hungary, you might say unlucky, but who cares? It's fucking
fuck them.
On the pitch, sure, they're kind of plucky and whatever, but on the pitch, off the pitch, I should say, fuck them.
They didn't have the best tournament, no.
So I suppose we'll have a look then at the how the last 16 ties and how that shakes up.
Yeah.
So, on Sunday, no, not Sunday, Saturday,
I think.
Saturday's the first game. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have Italy, Austria, and we also have Wales, Denmark.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think Italy have been looked very good. Impressed me a lot. I think they'll probably get the win over Austria on that one.
Yeah. I still think we're probably both in agreement they're going all the way.
Wales, Denmark, thoughts?
Ooh. It's hard to tell with Denmark because it does seem every game like they're like the Belgium one as well, where they're just so up for it. Obviously,
Yeah.
That's tough to get by them. And Wales. I mean, Wales had a pretty easy group, I think.
Yeah, we know that now for sure.
Yeah,
like they lost.
And Wales look good, but you never know what Bale is going to turn up. You never know what Ramsey is going to turn up.
Because they were kind of a slow burner too. Because I think after that first game against Switzerland, people thought, "Oh, this isn't the same team as 2016. That's that team is done. This is just kind of a memory of that team almost." And then they lose to Italy, I think. I think Italy got full points. So it's kind of like, it's going to be an ask to go any further. Because, Turkey were still good back then. Turkey were the dark horses, don't forget.
Back in the day.
And then they pumped Turkey. And I was like, oh, yeah. And Bale and Ramsey were combined for the goals. So there's maybe a bit of a false hope. But sometimes that could be enough, especially in a tournament. Like, the momentum can, see you through. But, I mean, no one has more momentum than Denmark. Everything past Christian Eriksen surviving was bonus. The fact that they're out of the group in the last 16 against a team that isn't one of the top dogs, they're going to have no fear of this. They're going to go right at this. And like I said, they have decent players. Like, they are a good team.
Well, Christensen scored a screamer against Russia. They're all at it because they're all like, I'm doing this for my friend.
Yeah. And then, that it just kind of breeds belief. And before the tournament, they probably would have had a bit of belief in themselves. Because they are, like I say, they're not the worst team by a long shot. So I'm going to back Denmark for that one. I think they're going through.
Yeah, I think so too. And we've said loads. The narrative usually does win in football. It's normally the best story is what happens generally.
Yeah. Then Sunday we have Netherlands, Czech Republic. Again, Czech Republic beat Scotland, who evidently were kind of poor.
Yeah.
They lost to England and they drew with Croatia. Yeah. Hard to know again from that group because Croatia looked great against Scotland. Czech Republic also beat Scotland and England beat Scotland. So you can just say if Scotland are the Turkey of that group, then you kind of go on what they did. They drew and lost. I don't know. Netherlands seemed very, very good in theirs, but again, their competition wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But I think, last 16, anything can happen. Czech Republic can say, look, we're here. We're here on merit. We qualified from the group. Netherlands, sure, they're good, but they're not. It's not Germany. It's not France. It's not Portugal. It's a winnable game. I think
those kind of hard defensive teams generally do well in knockout stages as well because it's like you can't really go gung ho then because if you fuck up, you're out. So the teams that are good at setting up and hard to break down usually find a way through. I think Netherlands will win though, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way.
I think I could see that one going to penalties.
Yeah.
I think, Netherlands have been good, but we haven't seen them try and break down. Like Austria and Ukraine weren't really defensive teams. Yeah. They were kind of...
That was they've 3-2 against Ukraine as well, who look all right, but...
Yeah, they kind of had to go. Netherlands had to go. That was the kind of games. And Austria as well, they kind of played a lot of ball. Czech Republic did that throughout the groups against kind of mediocre teams. So we'll see. I feel that has penalties written all over it for me. And I think Czech Republic could go through on that. I think Netherlands might bottle on the penalties.
Still haven't impressed you.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I think they've been very good. But I have a feeling. I've got a feeling. The other game on Sunday, fuck you, Netherlands. The other game on Sunday, the big one, Belgium, Portugal. The main event. I mean, Belgium will surely win that one. From what we've seen.
I think so, yeah. I don't think Portugal are any great shakes.
like their players,
apart from Ronaldo, it's just Ronaldo.
Their players are great, but the Bruno Hernandez situation, like he's been very poor. He came on last day, almost gave away a penalty, like inexplicitly when all the teams had to do was both draw.
Yeah.
Like they had Ruben Neves come on for his first minutes. It just the whole thing. It doesn't seem. And was it Diaz, who'd been solid all year in a system for City, looked kind of. If you said, the one centre back who you might say has a chance against Mbappe, but he looked kind of all over the place, and he is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that they haven't got it figured out yet, even Portugal. And like say, Ronaldo has been scoring goals and doing it for them. Without that, they may have been a big upset, knocking out of the group.
Yeah.
And Belgium are starting to really fucking click with De Bruyne back, the two Hazards linking up. When brothers start linking up in an international team,
you're in trouble.
You're in big trouble, because that's just a link that you can't be broken.
Yeah.
So I'm back to Belgium for that one.
They've been hitting balls to each other since they're probably both like 5 and 6. You're not gonna mark that.
you can't read those passes, man. That's just instinctive stuff. So yeah, I think this is where the holders go out, which is good, because I think that means Ruben Neves goes to Arsenal for a pretty understandable fee.
Well, let's see. We'll talk about the Ben White transfer.
Then on Monday we have France Switzerland. Is that a rivalry?
I don't know, probably.
I mean, I know the Swiss, that's kind of their thing. They don't have beef with anybody. That's how they've stuck around for so long.
That's why they weren't wiped out.
They haven't been wiped out.
That's why they're not a different country.
Again, Switzerland got that group A, a weak group. I mean, the average of the group was brought down hugely by Turkey, but I think even Wales and for you, those playing along at home, that's the third Turkey slander we've fitted in.
You're going to be getting a lot more of it over the coming weeks, I'd say. Quite sour about it. This was going to be the Euros.
Well, it feels like we're out now. It feels like we're out.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
we've been knocked out twice.
That was the whole point of having a team to kind of follow, that we would, still be in it till at least the last 16. I mean, Jesus. I mean, at least last 16. That's why we didn't spin the wheel. We thought, Turkey's a safe bet. Look at that group. So, we're mad at ourselves for trying to cheat our own system. But, we got to take our anger out somebody. Not the fans, never the fans. So, I'm sitting in France for that one. They're still kind of, slow burners at this competition. They haven't really, set it alight at any point, but they've done enough to kind of get through the group, I guess.
The never-ending Mbappe being a little bollock stuff is really hampering them, I think. It seems like every week he's like, also I take free kicks now.
The free kick thing. Yeah.
He's never scored a free kick in his career, and he is now the prime free kick taker. Because I guess he asked for it? I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah. It must
if it was before all the other stories, I'd be like, I'm sure it's just something else. But when it's like the 5th story in a row of Mbappe being like, and also me, and me.
Yeah. Maybe it was part of the reparations for the peace treaty with Drew.
Yeah.
And I'm on free kicks. And I can drink Coke if I want. Stay up as late as I want. Watch what I want on TV. He seems pretty kind of petulant and childish at the moment. Although I did see, like, when I was doing research for the tournament, it was all like, Mbappe is the best player of this tournament. We all know that. I was like, I mean, I would probably say, you could say that. But, like, it all goes out the window when the tournament starts. Because the best player of the tournament will reveal himself. Before the tournament, sure, you would have said Mbappe, if you could pick anyone to come to your club, you probably would. But, I mean, he hasn't... I mean, I know he has a few goals disallowed. He has played well. I'm not saying he hasn't played well, but, like, I think it's part of that where Ronaldo is obviously shining. And we've been talking about this since the Champions League. It's time for Ronaldo and Messi to fuck off because we're sick of promoting them. We want new characters, and they just won't.
No, they're too good.
They may never fuck off. Who knows?
I think if Ronaldo scores 3 more goals...
Oh, Jesus. 3 more? We're saying he's getting knocked out. He's got a hat-trick and lose against Belgium.
Well, like, say he gets, like, a penalty in this game and they get through. He could easily get 2 more penalties before the end of the tournament. And then I think that's the record for the most goals in one tournament in the Euros.
Yeah, I think so.
He's like, what, Like, that's very easily manageable. There's just penalties in every game. Like,
it's believable. Yeah, the penalties at the tournament is a strange one. Like at the start, they were constantly missing, and now they're all just being smacked in. And like, there's been a penalty every game.
Yeah, is it just like the reason there's more missed penalties is because there is more penalties? Is it just like a symptom of that? Because I suppose with VAR there would be, like, of course.
And they keep praising VAR, saying it's this is how it should be. It's like I think it was like 29 seconds between the Benzema goal being disallowed, and
it's better definitely, but it's still fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like the wait in between goals, it's more when the goals do count, but you still have to wait 20 seconds. That kills me because it's just like, oh, now the fun is gone. Now this is no crack.
Yeah. It definitely.
Like, there's no just instant, burst of joy.
Yeah, it lowers the experience for sure. The viewing experience is not best for it, but still, I think the penalties every game is probably because of VAR, because it's just there's nothing missed. Yeah. There's no kind of handballs missed. There's nothing like some handballs, like, they happen, but like they're lashed across. Someone intentionally sticks out a hand even, and then gets it. So you just don't see it. So they're all being picked up and they're all being smacked in now. I guess they count more. Okay, I'll score this one. I'll take this one seriously. So yeah, I'm thinking France for that one. Switzerland.
Yeah,
I think that's the first time they got out of the group though for Switzerland.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't remember them ever. They've really coasted along, haven't they? Like, you barely even know they're in the tournament.
Yeah, I think that's because I think the last two, 20 maybe. I think they hosted one of the years. I'm not sure. Maybe it was the World Cup. I don't know. But yeah, this I think the first time out of the group by virtue of the third place. So, like, again, it's great for them. They're like, this is great. We're still in it. The other game on Monday, Croatia, Spain. Now, speaking of penalties, Morata missed a penalty on against Slovakia, so he won't be looking forward to the next VR decision where he gets a penalty. I don't know who's going to take it for them. Croatia, they look good against Scotland, like I said. Do you count that? I don't know. They didn't look good against England. They didn't look great against Czech Republic. I think Spain might live to fight another day here.
Yeah, I think so as well. I'm not too impressed with Croatia at all.
Oh, well, we know that, Will. We know all about that. I don't know. I don't get the sense from Croatia after seeing them winning the games, like, to this kind of, like, after Wales won, it was like, oh yeah, we're back, Whereas I think Croatia kind of like, oh, we got away with that one, but there's tougher challenges ahead, lads. More of a kind of apprehensive kind of, right, now we have to really start playing well. Like, we got through this, but
I don't know if they have another gear.
Yeah, exactly. Where Spain definitely, after that win, it was kind of like, we can score goals. It doesn't have to be, with a really good striker.
Some of us can.
Yeah, some of us can score goals, and that's all it takes. Because there was a question mark whether they can score. Was it 0-0 against Sweden, a dire game? Drew with Poland. Was it 1-1 to Poland? Maybe that was the opposite. It was like, these lads, are not going to get out of this because they can't score. Yeah. So 5-0, they're on the up and up. I think Croatia are probably thinking, this team will go as far as it goes. And if we lose to Spain, so be it. No one's expecting anything from them. I'm thinking Spain for that one.
Yeah, same.
Tuesday then, Sweden, Ukraine. Well, we all know how you feel about Sweden, Will. Give it to us.
No, well, I don't know. Ukraine seem to be playing well, like, above what people thought they would, but I don't know.
Well, I thought they topped the group, so they're actually below what I thought.
Well, most people.
People who know what they're talking about. Ukraine are good. Yarmolenko, Yarmolenko always plays well for Ukraine. I guess he's probably just a bit of a homebird, is he, Yarmolenko?
Yeah.
Because he got moves to Dortmund, he got moves to West Ham, and never really kind of done it. But he does it for Ukraine. He plays well, he attacks, he scores great goals. I mean, they have a chance. And Yarmolenko, also very good. Who did Sweden pump on the last day?
Was it Poland?
3-2. They didn't pump them. To be fair to Poland, they didn't pump them. But 3-2, they scored a lot of goals. Forsberg, I think, got the hat trick, or maybe got two of them. I didn't actually. I watched that game. Don't remember it. Don't remember a bit of that game. I'm thinking Ukraine for that one.
I think Sweden.
You think Sweden will do it? Yeah. Fair enough. We will see.
Patented disagreement of the tournament.
Fair enough, Will. Fair enough. We'll see. And then the winner of that game will play the winners of England, Germany. The old rivalry, Will, huh? Who could forget World War II, huh?
How offensive do you think the tabloid headlines are going to be for that game? I think the word blitz definitely going to be used.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, easy.
Maybe a pun on Blitzkrieg and Greg's, the bakery, perhaps, maybe. No? I'm just spitballing here. No bad ideas, right? We can sell one of these to the tabloids, pay for the pod.
Well, I think if they're losing, it's going to be Harry Payne.
Oh, very good. Very good, Harry Payne.
And I had a picture of him, balling. And I'd be like, loser, can't get transfer and loses for England. Loser.
Muller's corner, obviously one.
Oh, that's good. They'd have to score a corner.
Yeah, Muller's corner. If that's probably a bit niche, a bit specific. But yeah, definitely like Blitzkrieg, Panzers, tanks, that kind of stuff.
And if they win, it'll be like, we've done it again.
Yeah, yeah. 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup. Do that. But and just back to football. Keep politics out of football, as someone in the England crowd might say. I think England will probably win this one. Both two teams are kind of like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Good players, not sure what the plan is. Hopefully the players can figure out when they're there.
But man, England look... I hope England get knocked out, and not just for the usual reasons. Now I hope they get knocked out because they're boring.
Yeah. I mean, like we were saying, Billy Gilmore got COVID, and he took out Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell. Nothing to really concern about for Ben Chilwell. I don't think he would have played a minute this tournament. Yeah. But Mason Mount was dropped, and that's what brought in Grealish. And he played great, but he wasn't probably going to do that. So
it's weird. Still no Sancho really.
Doesn't know what to do with him. He wasn't going to probably play Grealish. He would have played Mount again, and I think Mount played well. I'm not having to go on Mount. I'm just saying that
I'd play him instead of Foden or Sterling. Well, not Sterling.
Foden dropped from the squad out of the 23.
Yeah.
Obviously he didn't take well to Ian Wright, and he should have been taken off. Oh, should he not? How have I took him out of the fucking squad, Ian Wright? How did you play for England, pal? It was a weird one. Foden was dropped from the squad. Grealish comes in because Mount is out with COVID. Harry Maguire apparently is still. Oh, we don't know if he's even fit yet, even though he played the last game. I mean, and now it's like, oh, guys, Henderson's in. Will I tell him to warm up? It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, why? And then there's the clamour for Jude Bellingham. I'm not sure who it is on Twitter. I should probably call him out. There's a dude who does top 5 clamour ratings for the England team after every game, and the movers and shakers. It's like the right back power rankings that we used to do, and it's like Grealish up 1, or Grealish up down 1 despite playing. Nobody knows what their best team is. So it will see how they go. But Germany equally look kind of without a plan. Don't know exactly how they're going to play. Like we said, it worked well against Portugal. Didn't work so good against Hungary.
Yeah.
Now they did drop Muller for that game, which seemed strange. I thought he had a great game against Portugal. Maybe thought we'll win this handy. We'll save him for the last 16.
That's what I assumed. It was it's Hungary, boys. You can definitely manage that.
Yeah.
We managed without Muller the whole qualification.
I guess so. Yeah, that's pretty good logic. But I guess he doesn't really want to play Muller. That was kind of a public outcry. So he's probably thinking, well, maybe I'll just sneakily, I'm just dropping for the Hungary game. And then when they win 5-0, go, well, why change a winning team? And now he's like, fuck. Now I have to bring him back in. I fucking hate that dude.
Now he has another public outcry.
Yeah. Think of the clamour rankings in Germany right now. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's like, Germany, about time something good happened to them. They won the World Cup, and have always had great players. I mean, I don't really want them to win. I don't care about them winning. England, like I say, I think if they beat Germany and then go out in the quarterfinals against a good team, I don't know who they play. It'd be Sweden and Ukraine. Ooh.
See, they might get through that.
Fuck. Yeah.
But this is the thing, Carl. This happens. The closer they get, the bigger the implosion.
Yeah. Because they talk about the 2018 World Cup if they won it. You know,
because they blame that on Harry Kane not squaring it to Sterling, and it's like, if he did that, then we win.
We would have beaten France in the final for sure. Yeah, you know, it's like, okay, boys, all right. Yeah, and then they might play Sweden again, who they've beaten, and you know, it's definitely a good side to draw, for sure. But you know, I think if they lose this game, it's a public kind of lynching of Southgate, similar to when they drew with Scotland, and then if they win it, they might go on to the semi-finals again.
Yeah,
and after that, then all bets are off, really, aren't they?
Oh God.
Who they play? They would play the winners then of. Oh, fuck, that is such an easy side of the group. What the fuck?
Yeah, it always works out for them.
Like if they, say they beat Germany, then they play the winners of Sweden and Ukraine. They win that game. Then they play the winners of Wales, Denmark, and Netherlands, Czech Republic.
Oh,
I think.
Man.
I think I'm really
Wales.
Right. Like that's definitely they might beat Germany, Sweden, and maybe the Netherlands. Like there's no world beaters there. You know what I mean?
Christ.
Yeah. I've changed my mind. On second thought, I really want Germany to fucking win the whole thing.
Germany. The bandwagon wheel has spun again.
bandwagon episode 3 starts right now. Or season 3. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we're firing on not many cylinders, folks. Maybe we've explained already. Maybe we haven't. It's been a week. It's been a hell of a week, Will.
Yeah. Our first week back to having fun.
Yeah, it was my birthday. Second birthday in lockdown, which is so good. So good. Started this bitch 26, mid-20s, thriving, and now I'm 28, fucking, you know.
What's the opposite of thriving?
It's just struggling, man. Just you know, trying to figure stuff out. I have no idea, man, but yeah, so we fucking partied hard and really fucking are coming down, coming real low right now.
Still giving an episode though, it's a pretty good commitment.
You still got the episode on Sunday. We got that episode out to you pretty raw, sure, but we did it. Back now, Friday. We thought give ourselves an extra day, we'd be able to recover. Not the case.
Well, I don't know about you, but when I saw that there was a break between the group stage and the knockouts, I was like, oh, thank fuck. I could not have done this yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we might have had to just cancel the whole. That might have been the last episode of the podcast there. We may not have. Yeah. We just, because it would have got like, oh, well, now it's too late. Like, now, you know, what, we're going to pretend that those games didn't happen, you know.
We're living on a knife edge here every week.
Yeah. As more things open up, and, you know, it's getting hairy, folks. But what was great was because we were there with friends as well, and they're all part of the fantasy football league, which we're still in.
They're all beating us as well, which is
but I mean, you know, we're not doing it seriously because, you know, it would be a bad look for us to win our own tournament. I mean, you know, we're not, you know, we could have easily picked the right players, but we didn't. You know, we're trying to share the love here. The people who are actually good at the game, who are top, we'll go to the top 5. The Bangers FC retains his top spot. Bournemouth in second by 1 point, so he's still hanging about. Horses don't run, they can't. 7 points behind
they're both
him.
Still up
they're both still very much in the hunt.
Our older brother's still in the hunt.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah. Starting to get feeling that low feeling again. Bin chickens, come on, man, pick it up.
Yeah, we're rooting for you.
You're in 4th, okay? You're still in this, but fucking come on now. Neville Wears Prada then picked up that 5th spot. You know,
that's why I'm back.
Well, we're all back in the Neville Wears Prada on this show. Hope they go all the way. I also got it wrong again on the advice for the last episode. So if you're relying on this person, me, we got to finish this soon, man. All the words are just coming out, but they're not sticking. Yeah, the last episode, I said, yeah, use your unlimited at the last 16 because that's the time to use it. Don't use this round.
I also learned what
because it is already unlimited, not budget wise, but they're giving you free reign, and I think you can actually
very kind of them to do that. Also.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty forgiving game of fantasy, not like the regular 38 game slog.
I thought too forgiving because I win because of the slog because people get bored. And all I have to do is just keep playing and you will win.
Outwit at now last, outplay the fancy methods.
Now it's like, kind of do it when you want. You can have as many transfers as you want. Who cares what Will has planned?
And also, I was putting in all the same players from like one team, and it didn't stop me either because I think you can have more than 3. So like because obviously teams are out, but like yeah. So it's very forgiving. So that's the key is that like you may be a few points behind now, but I mean, you've got loads of options. You're right back in this. You don't know what could happen.
For me, the main thing I think I've learned in Euros fantasy compared to the Prem one is don't try and be smart or clever. Just pick all the best players. Just pick Ronaldo, pick Lukaku, pick fucking De Bruyne. They'll all get you loads of points.
Lewandowski, another one. If you just picked him, he'd have loads of goals for you. It's like,
don't look at a single stat.
Pick the players whose names they are. That's the simplest way to do it.
Just pick 11 players who've been on the cover of FIFA and you'll be grand.
Yeah. Names stick to what you know when it comes to Euro 20. That's what I've learned. We'll be back again obviously next year for the Qatar World Cup. But we've learned some key lessons here this tournament when it comes to fantasy football. So like I say, jerseys up for grabs. Don't forget £50 as well, unless your names end with O'Toole or Byrne. You got £50.
Yeah, the bounty is out.
So yeah, I mean, keep playing, lads. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's fun. It does, like, even the games that you usually wouldn't care about, it adds a bit of spice to them.
It was fun when we were watching it with the pals and seeing like people who wouldn't even be interested in football were like wasn't because Modric got an assist.
I was about to say did Modric get the assist for that goal? It's so fucking funny because with Croatia versus Sweden or Croatia fucking Czech Republic in a dead over for them. It was great. It was great to watch. So yeah, keep up with this. It's still, like I say, very close. So don't give up. The other news, I suppose, outside of the Euros, the rumour mill. Usually this would be
rumour mill, baby.
Front page shit right here. Sancho to Man United really started to cook.
Today there was more stuff. Like now, I think today the people who've constantly just been like, "Oh, it's might happen, might not happen." Now they're like, "Yeah, it's very, very close to happening." Now they're like, even the most negative journalists about it are now like, "Oh yeah, it's coming."
Yeah, for sure.
Thank God, I couldn't take any more of this.
100 million or thereabouts.
And he's been rested. He hasn't played a fucking minute. No. Ideal for United.
He's barely played for them. So it could be a very good sign for them. What else do we have? What was his news? I did see Gattuso saying that Tottenham were a shambles when they're trying to contact him. Like, they were just so unprofessional and so fucking haphazard. Very unimpressed. Which isn't news, I guess. It's just kind of, confirming your suspicions that Tottenham are, the
genius businessman we've always talked about, Daniel Levy.
They're a mess. They're an absolute mess right now. I don't know how they're going to sort that out. No one's rejected them today yet.
Actually, you called it, I think, when it first came out. Nuno is in the lead to get the job now from Wolves.
Yeah. Well, he's the last one left. Who else is there?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus, I mean...
And he is... Remember Levy's letter? We were talking about, like, attacking football, free-flowing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No. It's whoever.
It's whoever gets the job now. They can do what they want. Because there's no one else. You have the job, like, Yeah. So good for Nuno.
Arsenal in the news.
Arsenal continue their pursuit of Ben White for 40 million. It's weird. I was thinking about this just today, that, like, before the pandemic, it had gotten to the kind of point of, like, money to Premier League clubs didn't fucking... It genuinely didn't matter. It was like, when they were going to sign Sancho, it was like 100 million, and if he plays well or Greenwood plays well, it doesn't matter because we just buy someone else. Like, the money it's literally infinite. It's not like before where it's like, oh yeah, well, you spend 50 million on him, like, you're not buying anybody else. Like, they'll buy whatever they want. Like, when City bought Ruben Neves for 60 million, like a 22-year-old centre back. Not Ruben Neves, sorry, Ruben Diaz.
For
22 million, who had only ever played in Portugal. Everyone's like, they've done this 3 or 4 times already. He'll either work out or he won't, and then they'll buy something else. Like the money, just like it was not an issue. Whereas now, I think we're kind of back to like 40 million for him.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, how well?
Because now it's like, well, if we pay 90 million for Sancho, then you don't fill all the other the gaping holes in the team. And it's like, that's our money for the summer done.
That's it. We're now back to that's the money that there is. Whereas before, it had just got to the point of like, whatever, 100 million, 200 million.
But even you'd see that online. Like, you'd see that on Twitter of people being like, why do you care? Like, are you in charge of the finances? Like, it doesn't come out of your pocket. It's like, yeah, but it's this or nothing else. Like, you want a mix.
Yeah, now it's gone back to that kind of scarcity, which I guess is good for the probably health of the game. But it's funny, like the parallels of like you're trying to buy bananas in Lidl and they only have the massive ones. It's like, what is this? This is bullshit. Used to be able to get whatever the fuck I wanted whenever I wanted. And now, like, between Brexit and the pandemic, it's just like there's like scarcity stuff. It's like, it's going to take like 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Are you joking? We had got to a point like everything all of the time, no question. It'll be here in 4 to 7 working days. I
have to pay to get things from fucking England.
Never a banana ever grown in this country, and never concerned that I wouldn't have in them. That I wouldn't have the right bananas. Not indigenous to Ireland, never have been, never will be probably. But it's like,
I like the ones that come in packaging.
I don't like the small oranges or the big oranges. I like the kind of medium oranges, and it's just, I know they're there in every shop, even the smallest shop. So I think us and the billionaires have all been brought down to a.
Yeah,
that's the real new normal. Just like having to actually look for things and find things and
think for a second.
Think of like what I actually need here. But yeah, it's a brave new world for clubs.
Except City, it seems like they're still the same old.
Except for City, who are still kind of a state project.
They made 2 separate 100 million offers this week, both of which were immediately rejected. But they were like, we'll try it anyway. Yeah,
Kane and Grealish, and there's people saying like, how do those players fit in? And that's what I'm saying about like, doesn't matter. We'll see if they do, and if they don't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just money to us. Like, it's not scarce. There's not a war chest that he can spend it. Like, there's a money coming in, money to spend. And as well, it's like, even the managers don't get like say when it was Wenger, or say when it was Moyes at United. Yeah. It was like, Moyes spent how much on that? Because always the kind of perception was like that the manager was like, okay, I need like an expense report.
Yeah,
I need 100 million for him, and then it's like, well, that didn't improve the business at all, David. Why did you do that? Well, that's become so clear. Like, the managers are just there to talk to players.
Pawns in the game.
It's the directors, it's the CEO, whatever it is. It's not the managers. They're not even judged anymore. So there's nobody being judged. The money was infinite. It was just like a video game with cheats on. Like, it's not interesting. It was just like, whatever. Who cares?
Like, City are kind of the only team left that don't have to worry about it. City and Chelsea, because it's like, well, the money's never going to run out of oil. And guess what? When the oil runs out, there's bigger problems than football. Oh, yeah. We're not going to care about Man City anymore.
Then we're all fucked. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's interesting to see how it's going to turn out this summer, because, like I said, before the pandemic last summer, it was going to be, huge money being spent again. Whereas now it might be like 1 or 2 kind of marquee signings. What happened to marquee signings? They just left because you bought whoever you wanted, whenever you wanted. Now we're back to marquee signings, and for Arsenal, that could be Ben White.
Yeah. So Sancho, baby, that's gonna be
Sancho
good.
and Ben White, player of the year, young player of the year next year. Co-player of the year next year. But yeah. For the Euros itself, like I say, they're back Saturday. We'll try and get that today, Friday.
Yeah, we should get this out today. If you're listening to it, you'll know. If
you're listening to it, it's have a good evening or morning or Friday or Saturday. Who knows? But we'll be recovered by then, won't we? Please tell me we'll be recovered by then.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, we'll be back. Probably Monday, because it's another
Monday usually
10 games a weekend. we'll review all our predictions, see how many we got right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about does it, Will. I don't think I have anything other interesting or funny thing to say. So
you've used it all up.
I've used what I had. I've given you my best, everybody, and hopefully see you soon.
You're going to go out for pints tonight and just be sitting in silence. I have no thoughts left.
Yeah. All right, folks, that'll do it. Good.
That'll do.
Honestly, that is nonsense. Nonsense. All nonsense. But listen, I've been on that road before. Nonsense. Talking nonsense. Why should we accept somebody talking nonsense? Like, what would you say? Just why are you talking nonsense about us? Why are you talking rubbish?